Welcome to readtheticker.com. Today we're going to talk about RTT's secret stock picking fishing spot. No matter where you go in the stock market, there's always a favourite part of the array of data to find your best stock picks. Everybody has their own place. This is ours. This is mine, I should say. Now, this is within the realms of Richard Wyckoff logic. We go to general information from the site, scroll down to number 26, original Wyckoff versus Wyckoff 2.0. You see we want to identify the major trend in an index, or whereabouts we are in the trend, find sectors in harmony with the Wyckoff wave or with the major index, select stocks in harmony with the sectors, determine your risk reward, and carry on. So we're market leaders. We want to find what's working, what's not. One of my favourite indexes to watch, because of its truthfulness and its technical manner, is the Morgan Stanley Cyclical Index. Here you can see I've got pretty true to my Gann angles. I like to see an index behave around its Gann angle so I know where support and resistance is working, where time and price is marrying up, and see what sort of action is going on. And as you can pretty much see, it's working the pot odds of how many bounces has been pretty much bouncing off this trend line, just hasn't failed yet. And once again, we're at a position where you would think another bounce is pretty much relevant to happen again. Obviously, it's going to be a pretty nervous time when the red line breaks, as it was, I think it was over here. Obviously, if I put a bear example, see pretty much held against that line there. So, I'm pretty happy with my index. Therefore, I want to go through and look at stocks within the Morgan Stanley Cyclical Index. Another index I find great favour with is the NYC Major Market Index. This used to be the hot favourite index before the S&P 500 came along. I used to quote this daily when in 1987, the crash times before the S&P 500 was popular. The reason why I like this is like 20 stocks, whereas the Dow is 30, but it's got less banks in it, and it's more true, and it swings very well. So I like to follow the stocks in this index as well. So now we have our index. We can determine whether the trend is up or down, whether it's strong or weak. And then we go to our stock selection. Now I can go to my swing scanner, and I can select my Morgan Stanley cyclicals. And this is where I find my leading stocks in my index, or what's moving up and down, whether they're in a market dip, what's hot and what's not. At the moment, the stock's in a market dip, so I'm looking at Goodyear and Ingersoll. What's this one? Yeah, that's right. Magna. Yeah, so look at these stocks are in the dip because they're obviously strong trending and they're going to bias the upside. See the volume patterns are fine. Looking at what's the relationship going. You can also keep an eye on their keep an eye on the implied volatility. Coming up. Here's my implied volatility, which I can sell or buy options. Now I can do the same with Major Market Index. The only reason why I've got my screen sort of shrunk is I can get the scroll bar at the bottom within the demo software. What have we got here? This is the Major Market Index. So I can just obviously go and see what's going on there with strength and weakness within the stocks. I'm looking for dips. Another great tool is that relative strength. Now, most stock sites have some sort of scanner where you can sort of rank technicals. I could never find one that actually allowed you to do custom relative strength studies. So I go to my where is it? Cyclicals, that's right, number 5. This is my Morgan Stanley cyclicals compared against the SPY. So I can find out what's not being sold. When the market's down 4, 5, 10%, I want to find out what is not being sold. There's not an indicator in the world that can tell you that better than relative strength. Okay, so here's my list of Morgan and Stanley's cyclical stocks. I can see relative strength. Southwest Airlines is doing okay. Once again, Goodyear, Dow Chemical. So I mean, I'm not going to go hunting in down the losers because they've obviously just been sold off pretty hard. For example, here's one here. FedEx ranked very highly in relative strength for many months. Each column is 22 days. As you can see, it's been sold off hard. So that's one that's been sold. I want one that's not been sold. So Southwest Airlines has not been sold. Goodyear's not been sold. This one's not been sold. Dow Chemical, United Technologies. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pop out a chart and have a bit of a study. Nothing too complicated. And I want to see how well my stock is maintaining its step formation. Okay, so what are we going to do? What do I mean by step formation? So let's have a quick reminder for those who are new. Oops. Here's my steps. So just stepping up between support and resistance, where resistance fails, comes support against that, it still works. Here's my Richard Wyckoff sort of version of springs and tests to get an idea what's going on. And as you can understand, the Goodyear has had a sell down. It's been sold, but it's pretty much on previous resistance, which is now support. It isn't too bad. So I go look at the momentums, volume sell downs. I don't see too much volume sell down in that here. So if we're going to get a swing back up, here's a better chart. See how it's sort of sold down at support. Had a bit of a good day today. If we're going to get a swing back up in the major indexes, especially the Morgan Stanley Cyclical Index, I bet you the Goodyear is going to do just fine. Scroll down to my monthly chart. Yeah, okay. It's a relatively high stock, so I don't expect a great swing. Oh, here we are. Point and figure chart, that shows it perfectly. Support and resistance, a swing down there. Yeah, see the volume on the down bar, the red. See how excuse me. That's better. This down bar is a long red down bar. The volume was pretty light, so all that's just been absorbed. So my $2 is that's going to go up in the next swing up. As you can see, there's hardly any red bars down here. So once again, I would look at I'd just keep an eye on what my market leaders are doing, what's not being sold. It's always great to know what's not being sold when the market goes down 5%. It's the best indicator out there. You know, the big funny managers, they're dumping their rubbish or dumping their overvalued stuff, or they see something coming. And the other thing I would go to is my major market was number 11. And this is the big 20. The big 20, these stocks of the big 20 are great for option trades because the spreads are tight. And if you've got any strength in those, you know, covered calls, you know, positional credit spreads, just great fun. Okay, what's going on here? So what's been sold? Okay, so what's that? Microsoft had a bit of a sell down. Okay, and these ones haven't been sold, have they? Not that bad anyway. So look at that. Disney. Okay. The site's actually in opposite New York. New York Stock Exchange. I'm in Auckland, New Zealand, so it's about 12,000 miles of internet to get through before it gets me, but in the Northern Hemisphere this is pretty fast, and we only have 3G down here. Up there you guys have got 4G, so it's pretty fast. Right, as you can see down there, selling in Wells Fargo compared to the SPY is pretty tame, and it's holding my step formation. Hasn't really dipped. Watching momentum, keep an eye on that one. Here we are, about time. Yeah, look at Disney looking pretty good at all as well. Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck doing all right. Showing my age. Anyway, looks pretty good. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So once again, looking with sectors, strong sectors, looking at market dips, which stocks have not been sold. Those are the best places to find stocks for a bounce. Thanks for watching.